It doesn't matter what sport you're playing, what game you're playing at. Understand that if you are not winning, it's because you are losing. The moment you accept that games only present you two options all the time, you either win or you lose. When you put that in your mind, it's gonna force you to choose which of a winner and a loser you wanna be. There's not many that options. And when it comes to playing the game of fitness, the reason you are not winning at it is because you are losing. You're not a winner yourself. You're playing a game where there's a very, very high competitions. Like people at the top, like including myself, we are fucking savages. Like we have what it takes to win. And there's no way for you to play like an average player and expect to be at the top. If you take any sports, whether it's football, Formula One, boxing, the reason the best are the best is because they do things differently. It's because their mindset is on another level. And that's why they win. That's what it takes. If you want to be a winner, you have to be a winner. Can't be thinking like a loser. Can't be playing like a loser. You cannot even be average. To be at the top, you have to think like people at the top. And don't worry, this video is not about Max Verstappen or Formula One, but I think there's a lot of things we can learn from this guy and any athletes in general. Like people who are fucking dominating their sports. And I'm a big fan of sports. Like I'm not against you watching sports. Like personally for me, I watch football, I watch Formula One, I watch boxing, and I just love watching the game. Not only because it's fun, but I love to see like those people at the top, competing, like learning from them. You watch their work ethic, like you see football, Messi or Ronaldo, like the work ethic is like fucking on another level, bro. And that's somehow inspire me to give my best. Like I watch sport because it's fun, but also like I try to absorb the mindset and the work ethic from these guys at the top. Because ultimately it's the same way of thinking. And you think like them, it's gonna help you become a winner, bro. And that's what you're missing at the moment. Like the reason again you're not winning is because you're losing. You're not a winner in your head. You don't think like these people at the top. And if we talk about Max Verstappen, for example, like guys, if you know, you know. If you watch F1, you know. Like over the last 5 years, like this guy has been the fucking best. Like I think since 2021, he won every single championships except the last one, and I think it's McLaren they won it. But that's still like 5 years straight, 4 years straight, he won the title, and not even saying that in 2025 he was that close. He had a very very bad start, but somehow he find his way till the top and end up finishing second. It was very very close. I think like just a couple of points separating him from Lando Norris, who ultimately won the championship. But it was not that far. But it's fair to say that over the last 5 years, this guy has been like the best at F1. He's not my favorite driver, okay? But you have to respect him. You have to admire him, what he's accomplishing, what he's doing, and just like his way of thinking, bro. And the crazy part about F1 is like he's racing for Red Bull, right? We all know that. But over the last 5 years, since he started like winning, he probably had 3-4 different teammates, and none of them were close to compete with Max. Like we're talking about drivers who have the same car. It's the same rules that applies to everyone. But yet, while Max was P1, P2, scoring very, very important points, the other guys were struggling just to get 1 point, fighting somewhere in the middle with average racers. It's like, how do you explain that? How do you explain that two guys can have the same car, but yet there's a big gap between how they perform. So it's not only about the car, because I believe that Max has something that none of these drivers they actually have. And that's not only Max. If you look at any sports, like Mike Tyson, boxing, Messi, Ronaldo in football. And by the way, I say football, not soccer. Um, don't come at me. Max in F1, and there's been like guys before him, like Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher. Like they have something different. Like their mindset is on another level. And I feel like deeply inside of them, they have this one thing that separates them. It's the willingness to win. Like they have this fucking burning desire inside of them to win every single time. Like there's been races in F1. Like you have Max being penalized, and before the race started, they're like, okay, you starting last one. And bro, he's never giving up. He said, okay, that's not a problem. I'm fighting all the way till the end of the race. And somehow he get close to the top. Someone that can finish his top, despite starting at those very, very end positions. Like how fucking crazy is that? And to be honest, when I see that, I'm inspired. It just forces me to give my best in every single thing that I do. And that's why I love watching sport as well, because you have to admire, their mindset, their way of doing things. But I think the reason why he's winning and he's champion, it's not because of its car only, because he had teammates who had the same car, yet they were not even close to compete with him. What, in my opinion, makes a great driver, a great champion, is like you need to be a great driver and you need to have a great car. And everyone say like sometimes it's not the guy with the best car they win, but if you have a great car and you're a great driver, it's like game over. You're gonna be champion. And I want you to start like conceiving your fitness journey like a championship. You want to win the title, and every single week, it's like it's like a different race. In your championship, the trophy you want to lift is of course your dream physique. Like we want the same thing, guys. You want to be lean, want to be sub 12% body fat, want to be jacked, want to be aesthetics, have the muscle, the abs, the vein popping, the chicks looking at us. Like that's the trophy you want to lift. But again, if you are competing with people like him, it's very hard to win. It's very, very hard to win because they're just on a different level. And you, like, you're gonna start feeling that the game is not fair. Because let's be honest, like, you have to give you credit as well for what you're doing. It's like you putting the work. It's not like you're home, you're willing to get started. It's like you're already in the trenches, putting in the work, fighting, competing with these guys. But the fact that you are racing doesn't mean that you're gonna win. Like, these guys have an edge. And so for you, what it looks like, you're always in the middle. You're always still like, an average person, like P14, for example. And you look up and you have all of these guys. Always the same guys at the top, scoring points, the high point. P1, P2, P3, lifting trophy, celebrating with the champagne on the podium. And you're like contemplating, being frustrated. And every single season for you looks the exact same. There's more losses, there's more deceptions. Like, you start getting frustrated, you almost stop believing in yourself because all of this work is not paying off. And I get it, it is so fucking frustrating. You do something, you expect some outcome, and not even close to bridging the gap between what you want and where you at right now. So it starts like just fucking up your mind, your confidence. And you even start to wonder like if that's gonna be you one day. Be the champion, lifting the trophy, celebrating with the champagne, instead of fucking ending like P14 somewhere in the middle every single time. That's not fun. That's not why you compete. Because remember, the whole point of you playing the sport, you playing the game, is to win. I don't know anyone who's playing a game to lose, right? That's not fun. If I play something, like, I have a very, very competitive mindset. If I play at something, I want to win at all cost. Like, when I was younger, like, my friends were coming, we're playing FIFA at home. as like I don't give a fuck if it's like a game. I just want to win. When I do a sparring with my friends, like I want to win. It doesn't matter anything that I do. I have this mindset. Hey, game friendly or not, competition. I don't give a fuck. I just want to win. That's what you need to. That's how you need to wire yourself. Think like a winner, and you're gonna be a winner. Okay. You're not meant to play average. Like with all of the efforts you're putting at those 6 training per week, you know, pushing hard, eating healthy, like it has to pay off. But unfortunately, you're missing some components, and that's why you're still like, an average player. And to bring you at the top, we have to turn you into a winner first. Now you're gonna start winning, and now you're gonna start lifting the trophy you've been chasing for so long right now. But here's the good news. None of these athletes or champions like were born champions. Like I was not born blessed. Like in fact, if you know my story, I used to be overweight when I was younger. And in fact, I'm 32 years old right now, and I spent 2/3 of my life being overweight. I was not born gifted. I was not born with talents, with great genetics. I actually thought I was meant to be average. That was my mindset. That was the perception of myself. And there were guys like who were fucking crushing it. But trust me, now that I built my dream physique and I help like of these guys in my program crushing it as well, I can guarantee that no one is born gifted. When Max Verstappen was born, God didn't just say, "Hey, you're gonna be an F1 champion." No, you have to become the champion. You have to build yourself into a champion. No one is born gifted. But I want you to stop focusing on anything else and just narrow your focus to these two elements. The reason this reason, like Max is champion for. I'm just gonna keep the F1 example. The reason Max is champion is because he's a better driver and has a better car. Once you understand that, you're gonna stop like bitching around, complaining about anything else, and just focus on the most important parts at the end of the day, which is you wanna win the race, be a better driver, and get a fucking better car. That's all you need to focus on, bro. Because what's happening is every season you show up with your Fiat, your fucking broken Fiat, and you have those people at the top like having Ferraris. That's not a fair game, bro. Let's be honest. And the crazy part is you have that broken Fiat, which is a V6 at max or like V4, and you're going all in on the gas. You're pressing the gas like to the point you're gonna break it. And yet, you have these guys like who have the Ferrari, and they just feel like sometimes that they are chilling, they are cruising, they're in full control. They're not even like pressing that hard. That's like the paradox for people at the top and people at the bottom. Like the average guys will always feel like they're working hard for something. But the people at the top, as like they're in total control, full mastery of what they're doing. And it seems like they can achieve these goals, lift the trophy, while putting less effort than you. It's like if you have a Ferrari, bro, you can just be at 80%. And it doesn't matter if you have a Fiat and you give your 120%. It's not gonna make it, bro. There's an unfair edge that they have by them being a better driver and having a better car versus someone who's like average, have a car and just fucking going all in, all of this effort, like training his energy, wasting his time, and not even make it nowhere close to the podium, right? They have a broken Fiat, they have a Ferrari, man. You have to stop thinking about just pushing hard. Working hard is not gonna get you anywhere. You need a certain work ethics. You need to show up and do a great job at lifting weights for sure, but you need to be smarter. Because like these guys, bro, at the top, they operate on a different level. And what you're doing every single season, like you remember, you try to compete with guys like we are champions. And you show up every season with the same broken car, with the same strategy that the season before where you failed, the same strategy that brought you exactly where you are, which is still a fucking average looking guy, and you reuse the same strategy over and over, bro, expecting a different outcome. You know what's the definition of that? And that's Einstein who said it. It's because that's insanity. You are insane, my friend. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. Like, you are insane, straight up. If something hasn't worked for you for like months or many years, what made you think that it's gonna keep working or drastically somehow get you a different outcome? Because you have, I don't know, the will, the certain willpower. Like you think it is gonna make it. No, bro. Like fitness is very straightforward. If it's not working for 3 months, it's not gonna work like for after 3 years, right? If after 3 months you do something, you don't see like visual changes, it's like your strategy is completely broken, or maybe you are broken as well. And you need to change things ASAP. But what you do is what haven't worked for months or many years, you just use the exact same strategy again on a new season where these guys like they're gonna fucking crush it because they playing against guys like you. We don't think the way they think, and we're just like we're literally operating at a level below. Stop being insane, bro, and just ask yourself now how you can become a better driver and get a better car, because that's the only way for you to start competing with these guys and ultimately increase your chances to lift a fucking trophy. Finally. Now, what makes a driver great? What makes a driver a great driver? And I think there's two components in that. I'm going to keep things very simple for you in this video, but the first thing I want you to focus on is self-belief. Like mindset is everything, guys. You have to be a winner in your head first before you win the game or the sport you're playing at. Like, if you want to accomplish something, doesn't matter what you undertake, project in life or getting in shape, like, do you have 110% belief in yourself that what you're doing right now is going to get you to where you want to go? Because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your actions in the plan, it's never going to happen, bro. You have to believe in yourself first. It's a mindset game before anything else. Like it's 80% mindset and 20% strategy. Like that's a lot. So 80% of what you're looking for is in your head. Yes, you need the right strategy, the right plan, of course. But even if I give you the right tools right now, but you don't believe you can do it or you're gonna make it, you're never gonna do it. Like I believe like that's why, when we go back to the F1 example, you have Max and some teammates, they have the exact same car, but what set them apart, I strongly believe it's mindset, bro. Like these guys don't really believe that they can be champions. Like deep down, they don't really believe it. They might tell you, I believe it, but deep down, they don't. It's very unconscious. It's very subconscious, right? So you have to work with your subconscious mind. You have to create belief, a vision of yourself, an idea of yourself that you are a winner. Like you need to fucking feel it deep in your soul. And your mind has to accept it. Once you believe in yourself that what you're going to do is going to get you to the result, now we can start talking about strategy and plan. But without the belief, there is no point for you to get started. Okay? And also, those drivers, like the best one, like they know how to read the race. They understand like the circuit they're racing. They know every single corners. Like they know exactly when it's time to slow down, to accelerate. Like it has no secret. They understand every single inch of the circuit. You have to master like the field you're playing at. You have to be obsessed with every single thing. Like they're obsessed with the cars. Like they sit with the mechanics, the engineers, to understand every single part of the car and how the weather or windy condition can affect the performance of the car. depending if they have like, soft wheels, hard wheels. Like, that's the level of obsession that you need to have. And for you, what looks like is just be obsessed with every single thing that you need to do, bro. Like nutrition, workouts, like habits. Like, tell you something. When I was working with my fitness coach back in 2024 in Miami, he helped me like get in decent shape. Like, I don't do things by myself. Always invest in coaches. But it's like, I told him, bro, you have like 100% in your program at the moment. I'm gonna be the best one. I'm obsessed with that. Every single thing that you tell me to do, I'm gonna fucking do it to a T. High level of precision. I even told him like on check-in on I asked him when are the check-ins. He told me on Saturday. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be the first one submitting my check-ins on Saturday before 6:30. And I was the first one. I was obsessed with this idea to be at the top. And also, before I was submitting my check-in the first, I was getting my check-in the first, and I was preparing my weekend so I can attack the week in a very strong position. While some of the guys were just still sleeping. They went out the night before. Right? You need to be obsessed. Like, when he was telling me, when he was giving me my meal plan and telling me to eat a certain portion of rice and honey and carbs for my refeed, I didn't just do it. I asked, like, why? Why do I need to do it this way? I got obsessed with every single input that I have to do. You cannot just tell me, like, eat something and it's gonna work. I'm like, no. What's gonna happen in the body for me to get the result from these specific inputs? Like, I was so obsessed with knowledge, nutrition, like every single thing, habits. When he start like telling me how to improve my sleep, it's like he mentioned that it's gonna help you lower your cortisol. And if you have low cortisol, you're less stressed and you can build more muscle and lose more fat. Okay, I go online and I do my own research on hormones, how every single hormones work, and what every single piece of ingredients of food, how they can impact your hormones, how you recover. It's like I was just fucking obsessed, bro. And that's why I believe like I'm fucking winning at this game of fitness, because I didn't leave any secrets on the table anymore. I was just obsessed. Okay? And that's for you, for workout, nutrition, habits, every single thing, bro. I get a plan, but I also do my own research. I ask questions because I just want to be the best. And that's what you're missing, bro. You're missing self-belief. You're not obsessed enough. You don't understand what you're playing, like why you do certain things. You just do them because someone told you you have to lift weights and then you have to start eating clean. But that's where you stop. When you become obsessed, you're gonna gather knowledge, and with more knowledge and the work ethic and the mindset is gonna facilitate implementation and actually help accelerate your growth. Now, once we know how to become a better driver, like how do we upgrade the car? Simple. When you talk about the car, we talk about the engine. You need to upgrade the engine. Like ditch the fucking V4 from the Fiat and move to a V10 Ferrari. And understand that for this engine to perform at its best, you need premium fuel. If you have like a shitty fuel, even if you have the best engine, it's not gonna go anywhere. Performance will be zero. Okay? We need high quality fuel in the engine every single time, and a good engine at the same time. And also understand that it's a car. It's a high performance car. We need to maintain it. That car needs maintenance. Because if you don't maintain your car properly, you can be a great driver, you can have best quality fuel, but if the performance is neglected, car is gonna broke. And if your car is broken, it's gonna be fucking useless. You need to maintain the car. You need to change some parts after each race. You need to let the car cool down. You also need to change the oil, lubricants, and just repair the car like once in a while. You have to change some components because it's normal. If you use something, you have to keep maintaining it for it to still perform at your best, at its best. You do the same for your car actually, right? Every 6 months you send it to the mechanics. When there's a problem, you replace some parts. Well, if you want your body to operate at this level, You have to maintain your body. Okay? And most of you are overlooking this one. Now, talking about, you need self-belief, you need to learn to read the race, which more like, a direction standpoint. How you actually build self-belief? Because again, I told you it's not something that you're born with it. You have to build your belief. And the best way to do it is by stacking wins. If you want to call yourself a winner, if you want to be a winner, well, you have to demonstrate every day that you win at executing what you told yourself you're gonna do. That's how we start, guys. Like don't jump from where you are to like it's not gonna happen overnight. You can do it by increments. If you don't really believe in yourself now, and now you're like, okay, I want to win the championship, for your mind it might not be yet conceivable. But the best way to start to gradually make your way to here, start with small wins. For your mind, it doesn't make a difference if it's a small win or a big win. Small wins. That's why for me and my clients, like, we follow a specific set of non-negotiable habits every single day, from hitting our steps, the sleep, following a certain morning routine, waking up at a certain time, tracking our macros. Those are simple but little wins. So easy to check them. And what's going to happen if you do them over and over, you're going to keep stacking wins. Because remember, either win or lose. If you don't execute on what you told yourself you're gonna do, you are losing. And that's exactly what's going to deteriorate your confidence, impact your self-image, and you're gonna stop believing in yourself because you cannot even execute on the simple task. You need to build that confidence up, right? And the way you build that confidence is by giving your mind evidence that you are winning. Confidence is evidence. You do that by following the same daily habits. Simple. And you make them non-negotiable. The reason it's called non-negotiable, because you just have to fucking do them every day. Not only is it gonna make you feel better about yourself, but it's gonna start building your confidence. And the more and more you stacking those when you build your confidence, and now you're gonna start closing the gap between where you want your belief to be at and where your current limiting beliefs are. You wanna just get rid of them. If you wanna become a winner, you have to stack wins every day. Even in the gym, you need to hit PRs. Because confidence is also built when you are making progress. We have the small wins on a daily basis, but also with the gym, with the weights that you are lifting. Don't just show up and lift some weights. It doesn't matter if you train 6 times per week, maybe the way you do right now. If you are not progressing, what the fuck are you doing? You're just wasting your time, basically. You need to show up with an intention of doing better than the week before. And for that, we need to set goals. We need to have PRs. We need to add more and more intensity every single week. It's the only way for your muscle to grow. Remember, when you work out, you want to build muscle. That's the whole point of why you train. And you guys show up. You have a shitty intensity. You don't track your lift. So you wonder why you're not making progress. You're not even progressing with the weight that you are lifting. You need to show up every single day, track your lift, be like, okay, this on week 1, this is how much I lift on bench press. Week 2, this is my goal, and you gradually increase every single week. You need to have PRs every time you're showing up in the gym. And that can be as simple as slightly increasing the weight or adding 1 rep to your set. But for that, you need to track your lift to see where you are and where you need to go. And you do that over and over. Now you're going to have more evidence that you're actually making progress. Your physique is going to start to change. You're going to have more lean muscle. If you're not tracking, you're guessing, guys. And smashing PRs is the best way to build self-belief because you are, again, an evidence. You give an evidence to your mind that you are winning. You are making progress. That's what builds confidence. Now we have direction. So guys, you need to know exactly where you're going and what it takes to get there. It sounds simple, but some of you have no fucking clue what to do on a daily basis. Or at least you think you know by eating healthy and working out, but it's not enough. There is more pieces to the puzzle. If you want to complete the puzzle, you need to have all of the pieces. You need to bring them together. Think of it as a puzzle. You always have, like, when you buy the puzzle, like they show you this is how it's gonna look like when you bring all of the pieces together. Now you have the pieces and you need to bring them together. You need to work from what is the final goal, what is the long-term vision, and break it down to specific goals. Specific goals. Like I have guys, they're like, I want to be healthy, losing weight. This is not enough. Everyone has the same goal out there. And that's why everyone looks like everyone, which is average, overweight. Because your goals are not specific enough. If your goals are not specific, how are we going to create a specific plan for you to reach that specific goal? You need to have clarity on where you're going and exactly what it takes for you to get there. What has to be on a daily basis? What are the habits that you need to follow? And how you actually do them, how you actually train properly, how you actually eat properly. That's what I mean by having direction. Direction is clarity. If you're not sure about where you're going, you end up going nowhere. And if you start like putting your effort in the wrong direction, I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't matter if you... It's like if I tell you start walking east and you start running toward west, well, good luck, bro. You're going to get exhausted. And that effort will give you illusion of progress, but at the end of the day, you won't reach the destination. It's a waste of time and energy. That's what most of you are experiencing. Waste of time, waste of energy, because you don't have clarity on where to go and exactly what it takes to get there. Now, we build the driver, let's build the machine, the car. For that, what you need at first is premium fuel. Talk about the V10 engine. If you want that engine to perform at its best, you need proper fuel. For you, what it looks like is whole foods. You need to be consuming 90% whole foods. You want premium gas in your body only. Those foods, they're high quality, they have the nutrients. That's what your body needs. Your body don't just need calories and protein. It needs nutrients, micronutrients, the vitamins, the mineral. That's how you're maxing out energy. That's how you're improving your gut, the digestion. It's going to facilitate absorption of the nutrients, go to the cell and help you recover and build muscle in an easier way. Premium fuel, premium performance. And I say 90% whole foods because even the best supercar, they don't have 100% clean food. Like there's a I believe we call an octane something, and it's always 92 or 96 for the car. It's not even 100%. And for you, 90% is more realistic for the modern life, because you still want to leave room for social events, desserts, sweets, just enjoying the things you love in general, right? So we're not super rigid, but we're doing great, but we don't have to be 100%. 90% is a sweet spot. That's how we get the best result and also enjoy life at its best. Then we have electrolytes. And electrolytes and hydration, because they go together. And it's as you see, I'm drinking. And because your body is made of water, mostly. And a little bit of dehydration. I think they've done a study. If you are just 2% dehydrated, that can almost tank your performance by a half. You guys neglect water too much. You need to stay hydrated, because if you show up dehydrated for your workout, as your energy is not at its best, you're tanking your performance and you end up lifting weights, but you can not actually push that heavy. And if you're not increasing the intensity week after week, you're not gonna make progress. And how are we gonna expect you to add more intensity if you show up with 50%, 60% energy? You need to have predictable energy all the time, maximum energy all the time. That's gonna happen but when you stay hydrated. And also, get that in the morning, electrolytes. You need to start your day with electrolytes in half a liter of water. Electrolyte, just a blend of sodium, magnesium, potassium. And that's what your brains need to be sharp. That's what's gonna help your muscle to have better contraction when you're lifting the weight. That's gonna prevent the cramps. That's maximum energy. All we do here is maximizing energy, electrolytes and water, right? You need to start your day like that. You don't have to rely on coffee all the time. Like most of you guys like think you need coffee, like 4 or 5 coffee a day, but what you need actually is more water and more electrolytes, because this is the natural form of energy for your body. You need them. You need them to facilitate oxygen supply, you know, nutrients delivery in the cells. It's just like basic chemistry. I'm not gonna make a course on that, but I'm just telling you exactly what you're missing and what you need to implement from now. Now we have daily steps. Forgot to add cardio because cardio zone 2 is applicable to that. But basically, guys, like you want your body to keep moving, not only to burn fat, but also for its health. And when I say steps, also mean outside, because you're gonna get sunlight. With the sunlight, you get the vitamin D. Vitamin D is gonna help producing testosterone, which is the hormones that we need, you know, to lift heavy, to build muscle. And when it comes to the zone 2 cardio, like yes, you burn more fat, but at the cell level, there's some magic that happens. Like your body is made out of cell. And in the cell, you have this one thing called mitochondria. It's basically an energy plant. That's how your body produces energy, those mitochondria. And what's going to happen when you're in zone 2 cardio? Well, you're forcing your body to adapt, and your body starts like creating more mitochondria. So you have more energy plants. If you have more energy plants, well, naturally you generate more energy. You recover faster. Your heartbeat starts to slow down. You process oxygen. You can have more oxygen supply in your body, which again facilitate nutrients delivery and all of these things in your body. It's like pure chemistry, guys. And I feel like most of you are neglecting cardio, right? Thinking it's gonna kill your gains, or you don't really need that. You can just eat clean and lift weight, and that's how you're gonna get jacked. But truth is about zone 2 cardio, it helps you recover faster. And I'm gonna come touch on recovery after. If you recover faster in between set, well, your performance is increased, and that's what you want. You need steps and cardio. So when I say steps, do your best to get them outside so you get the sunlight with it. The last element is, of course, sleep and recovery. This is where the real magic happens. Like you guys think that you do a great job by going to the gym 6 times a week, but in fact, you don't leave yourself enough time to recover. And if you improve your recovery, not only you need to cut down on the weightlifting, maybe just stop at 4, that's more than enough. You replace those 2 sessions with some cardio, zone 2 cardio specifically, so that you burn more fats, you build those mitochondria, is going to help you recover faster, and you prioritize your sleep. Sleep is not just about going to bed. You need 8 hours of quality sleep. And you improve your sleep by when you wake up, actually, and you get the sunlight. This is going to build your circadian rhythm. This is how you regulate the melatonin and the cortisol, and you have better sleep. Before bed, you don't want to be touching your phone. You don't want to be eating like sweets before bed. You want to do everything to maximize the quality of your sleep at all costs. Because sleep has different stages, and one of them is deep sleep. This sleep is where your body actually repairs. So all of this weight that you're lifting in the gym, they actually like breaking down the muscle fibers. And only with proper nutrition and proper recovery, proper sleep, that's where the magic happens, and you help like reconstruct the muscle. It helps it grow and repair. And that's how you get jacked, by recovering more, not just working out more. So you need to prioritize your sleep and your recovery. On a day where you don't have to work out, just stay active, walk. There is no need to go like all in every single day. You can walk, you can do sauna, you can do cold plunge, you can do massage. Those are great tools. Those are great tools I use to facilitate my recovery. So now for you is understand that you already have the work ethic. You're putting the efforts, you're putting some time, some energy into it. That's not your problem. Your problem is you're not efficient enough. Your approach is broken. Again, you have a Fiat trying to compete with Ferrari. You're not optimizing your body, you're not optimizing your mindset, and you not have clarity on what has to be done every day and where you're actually going. So no matter how much effort you put into it, it's not paying off. You need to learn to be more efficient. That's why I am where I am. That's why these guys, like, they fucking crush it. That's like 3-month transformation. And remember, they had this mindset of, I just need to work hard and this and that, but it's not paying off. But once we elevate the mindset, we optimize their body, and they gain clarity on the actions they need to take, it's fucking game over now. Now they're competing with the people at the top. And that can be you as well. Become the driver, upgrade the car. You're going to win the trophy that you've been chasing for so long. And just keep in mind, if you need some help to take your mindset and your physique to the next level, for you to finally become the champion, the guy you deserve to become, click in the link below in the description of this video. You apply for one-on-one coaching, and I reach out and I see if you're a good fit. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I see you soon.